Hare परिवाजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्री श्रीमद् प्रवेशनानंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्री श्रीमद् श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्रीमद् भगवद-गीता की श्री प्रभुपाद ट्रांसलेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की तैगोर प्रेमानंदे। Reading from Bhagavad-Gītā as it is, chapter 18, the perfection of renunciation, text number 8, 18th chapter, 8th sloka. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet। दुःखम इत्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet। दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet।
दुःखम इत्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet।
दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet।
दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet।
दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet स kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet।
Eva.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Yet.
Yet.
Which. Karma. Work.
Kāya.
For the body. Klesha. Trouble. Bhayāt. Out of fear. Tyajet. Gives up. Sa. He. Kṛtvā. After doing. Rājasam. In the mode of passion. Tyāgam. Renunciation. Not. Eva. Certainly. Tyāga. Of renunciation. Phalam. The results. Labhet. Gains. Translation purpose is divine grace. A.C. Bhagavad-Gītā, Prabhu. Translation. Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. But one who is in Krishna consciousness should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. If by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or if by rising early in the morning one can advance his transcendental Krishna consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. Such renunciation is in the mode of passion. The result of passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, he never gets the result of renunciation. चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं योगदामकं ददाति सदानन्दं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीपतिं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणनाथां विततं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णमाधान् सङ्गनिदर्शनदर्शनं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां महादेव्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So we are reading from chapter 18 of Bhagavad-Gītā, sloka number 8. So this chapter actually gives the conclusion of Bhagavad-Gītā. So even after listening so many instructions from Lord Krishna, still Arjuna was having doubt regarding renunciation, so whether he need to fight or not. So finally in this chapter, Lord is giving the final instructions to Arjuna so that he can take the decision. Like he is already giving the like he's giving an option. Whatever you desire, you do, like that. Lord is telling. So here we can see. I'll just go through the previous two slokas so you get a continuation. So in sloka 6, the translation is like this: all these activities should be performed without attachment or in expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty or son of kṛtvā. That is my final opinion. And in the previous sloka, prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one give up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So even renunciation is classified to 3 types, like mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. So we all have our prescribed duties, like maybe as most of us are grastas, so we need to take care of family and we need to earn money and everything. So even if sometimes when we enter into bhakti, sometimes initially we will feel that actually why I should work and not let me chant japa and continue devotional service, like that we may think. But so initially, like we may feel that actually sometimes so we can just renounce everything and take up bhakti. But always Krishna gives us a little taste whenever we enter the devotional service. Even we all can remember when we first came to ISKCON or when we met devotees, the enthusiasm and the sincerity which we had, and now we can just compare at that time. So like initially, like Krishna will give a small taste to us. Then how much we are sincerely desiring for that. Based on that, we will give the further taste. Like if you go to some sweet shop, like so I think some mystery shop is there here. I just went through that way. So maybe they will give us some kaju katli, like that sweet. It costs around more than 1,000 rupees per kg. So they may give a small piece for that to taste. So once we eat it actually, then we'll feel that I need more. But whether they'll give 1 or 2 pieces extra, no. We need to pay money more, no? Actually, we need to pay for that. So similarly, in Krishna Bhakti also, whenever we, initially when we come, we'll get some taste. But if we want to develop or if we want to continue that taste, then we need to be sincere and we need to continue with our services. So similarly here we can see, so everyone has the duties. So one who gives up prescribed duties because thinking that it's illusion or it's all mohamaya, then that type of renunciation is in mode of ignorance. That's what Krishna is telling. And here in this sloka is telling, anyone who gives up prescribed duties has troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. So sometimes we may feel that actually because these duties are very difficult for me to perform, so let me give up this duty, or maybe it will bind us more. So let me give up this duty. So such kind of renunciation is in mode of passion. So here actually Krishna is teaching us what is real renunciation. So if we understand one single point, actually like all Acharya says, like whatever we do, we perform it for the pleasure of Krishna. That is the real renunciation. Because if we see our body, our senses, our mind, intelligence, everything belongs to Lord Krishna. So we cannot tell that I am I am giving up my body or giving up my mind or intelligence, because everything belongs to Lord Krishna. So we cannot, even if we tell that I am doing some renunciation, that itself is not actual renunciation, because everything belongs to Krishna. Then what we can give to Krishna then in that case? So only thing we can give to Krishna is whatever Krishna has given us out of His mercy, to gratefully engage all these things in His service. Then that is the real renunciation. So here, Srila Prabhupada actually, like whenever we read the translation, we won't get any idea, but Srila Prabhupada's purports are so merciful, so that we'll get an idea how we can apply all these things. So he's telling that one should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. Sometimes people may think that actually I am earning money. So initially, before coming to bhakti, maybe people like to earn more money. But after coming to bhakti, people may think that actually earning money is, sometimes it is like a fruitive activity, or maybe it can entangle me. So let me stop earning money and let me do some other thing like that. I will just think of taking up some small job, or maybe I need to give up all these things and let me become full-time devotee, like that we may think. But all these things we should not take sudden decision in our life. Because Srila Prabhupada always tells that actually whatever you earn, if you can utilize it in service of Krishna, then you are more than a sannyasi. Like some devotee asked actually to Srila Prabhupada, like who is greater, one who is earning more money or one who has given up everything and taken up sannyasi? So Srila Prabhupada immediately told, external designation doesn't matter. What matters is the internal consciousness. So whatever we do, if we are doing it with the intention that let me do it for the pleasure of Krishna, then that matters actually. So somebody may be a sannyasi preaching Krishna consciousness, but anyway to preach Krishna consciousness also need money. So those who are grastas, they have the duty to support the temple and guru, like that. So money is also required. So because we are not able to completely engage ourselves fully in Krishna consciousness. So the only way is that whatever we earn, we can utilize in service of Krishna in assisting the preaching mission. So that actually we won't get attached to that money. At the same time, we can purify the results which we are getting by engaging it in service of Lord Krishna. So this one duty we all can do actually. Like we have a center here, so we can also support. Like we are doing the cooking like we have the prasadam every week. So sometimes we don't have sponsors also. So everyone can contribute voluntarily according to the capacity every month, like that. Whatever they have, they can contribute whatever they have. Because Krishna doesn't see how much money we are giving, but actually what he sees is that what intention we are giving it, with what love we are giving it. That's why Krishna himself speaks like patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayacham. Whatever we do with tadaham bhakti ubhagatam, because he uses bhakti 2 times in that sloka. So with love and devotion. So devotion matters actually, whatever we do. So Krishna sees the devotion because Krishna is Lakshmi Pati, he has everything. So he doesn't need our small money like that. But actually what he sees is that actually our intention and with what love we are offering him. So in this way we can actually, everyone can support. Like we are earning from our companies. So we can utilize that money in service of Lord Krishna by assisting the preaching and Krishna Sevā, like that we can do. So secondly also he is telling that actually, if by working one can engage his money in Krishna consciousness, or if by rising early in the morning one can advance in transcendent Krishna consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. Because here Prabhupada is telling, if by earning money he can utilize it in Krishna's service, then we should not feel it as troublesome. Because mind may sometimes fool us actually. Why we need to work? We can take, we can become a sannyasi or maybe brahmachari like that actually. But we don't know till how many days he can stay actually in brahmachari ashram also. Because everything is tapasya. So in that case, so whatever decision we are taking, we should consult with the senior devotees, or maybe if someone is initiated or aspiring to take initiation, one should consult this initiating spiritual master. In that case, because they can only preferably guide us. Because spiritual master may give two opinions to two different people. Because we can see sometimes Srila Prabhupada asked some of the even brahmacharis to marry actually. But at the same time he asked some some people to be grahastha or take sannyas. So what spiritual master sees is intentions actually, like how, because whenever we take some decision, it is based on our own intentions actually. Because I don't like this, so let me take this decision like that. So in that case actually, like Srila Prabhupada sometimes he told one of the disciples to take sannyas and one of the disciples to take grahasthashram also. So it happened actually practically, because one devotee, he was brahmachari, so he wanted to continue brahmachari ashram. So after some time he asked Srila Prabhupada, requested Srila Prabhupada that let me take to grahasthashram, I am not able to maintain brahmachari ashram. So he told, okay, you take grahasthashram. Then he became grahastha. Then after some time he told, I am not able to adjust grahasthashram, so let me take sannyas, he told, like when I came to Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada told actually the problem is not with the different ashrams, the problem is with you only, like that he told. Because you are not able to actually adjust with the external situations. Like whatever Krishna says is that actually we should tolerate actually, like matra svarshastu kondaya sitoshna shuga dukkata agama payo nityam tam sthidikshashwa bharata. So never ever actually Krishna tells that actually, like if you become a devotee, you don't have any problems, you will be like you don't have to face any problems. He always tells us to tolerate the problems actually. Because based on how much we take shelter of Krishna, that much we can tolerate the problems actually. We ourselves can see in our own life, like before we come to Krishna consciousness and how we are now. Because we are able to little bit tolerate some situations and control the anger. It's not that because we have become a big devotee, it's not like that. But by the mercy of Lord Krishna, we are able to like act according to the situations. We can see that actually. The similar way, so whatever things which we are doing actually, as explained in the 6th sloka actually, whatever activities which we are doing, we should do without attachment or any expectation of result. That's what actually Krishna tells. So in that way only we can attract Krishna's mercy. So initially when we come to bhakti, sometimes we may go to Krishna and we will pray for that actually, let me get good job, or let me get good wife, or maybe we pray that let me get, my son gets good rank in entrance, like that we may pray. So it is in the neophyte stage actually. So even Krishna tells that actually it's better than those who doesn't accept me to pray in such a way. But once one gets advanced in that way, so one should understand that actually what is the purpose of the prayer. So actually whatever we do, we should do it without any attachment or without any expectation. That's what actually Krishna says actually, like the pure bhakti. So in Nectar of Devotion actually, like it's also mentioned like what is pure bhakti. Anya abhilashda shunyam jnana karma dhanamrutam anikulyena krishnalishilna bhakti uttama. So without any external desire, anya abhilashda shunyam, like without having any other desire for jnana or karma, for like let me worship Krishna so that I'll get more gyan or knowledge, or let me worship Krishna so that I'll get more like fruity attitude, let me get more money and everything like that. Not for that purpose. Anikulyena Krishna. So we should perform devotional service in a favorable way. That is the real bhakti. That's what Krishna says. So we should perform bhakti in such a way that actually, the purpose of bhakti is to please Krishna. That is the ultimate intention of performing our devotional service. Whatever service which we do, it's not that actually I am doing service so that somebody will like follow me, or somebody will ask me we should do service, or not for any name, fame or recognition. We should do the service in such a way so that actually we please Krishna. Because if we are doing the service in such a way, then we can continue it for a long time. Otherwise what will happen is that actually we will do the service for some time, we will get the name, we will get the fame, but ultimately we won't get Krishna, we will forget Krishna sometimes. So that's why actually even Shastras always tells us that actually in what way we should perform the devotional service, with the pure intention that I should please Lord Krishna. In that way we should perform. So whatever, like we are chanting also, we should offer some prayers. Even before doing some service also we should offer prayers. Let me have the consciousness in such a way that actually I should be able to do the service, whatever it may be, like cutting or cooking or cleaning, in such a way that actually I should do the service in such a way that like Krishna be pleased. In such a way we can offer the prayers. So once we have that consciousness, then automatically whatever we do, we'll have more attention or concentration on those services. So that's what one thing here Krishna is telling. The next is here Krishna is also giving one warning actually, like that actually. So we all just read that translation. So those who do the work in passion or renunciation in passion, so such work, the result of that passionate work is miserable always. Because what will happen is that actually, like passionate people always have that tendency to, they are restless actually. They cannot sit in one point. So whatever decisions they make also, it will make them restless. So sometimes they will think that let me do this thing, then I will give it up. Like earlier we explained, like that devotee who was planned to become a brahmachari, then he became a grahastha, then again he wants to take sannyas. So they cannot fix on one thing. So in that way the results also will be miserable whenever we do some things. So that's why actually always Shastra tells us to come up to the level of, at least to come up to the level of goodness, of sattva-gun. Because generally the people in the age of Kali, we are mostly like in the mode of ignorance, because we don't want to do anything, we are more lazy, or we don't want to have any taste for spiritual subject matters. So what happens is that generally because of this mode of ignorance, generally because our culture and everything is maintaining us in a mode of ignorance, because whatever we see, the life is leading in such a way that actually we are turning towards an animal life, as Shastra says, because we are just concerned about eating, mating, sleeping and defending. We are not thinking about what is the purpose of life, or from where I came, why I am suffering, and what is the goal of the human life. Because of this passionate nature, we don't want to think about all these things. We want to do one thing, and if we are not getting that happiness, then we will switch on to some other thing. Like we are using some Facebook, then suddenly we will switch on to Instagram or WhatsApp or something like that. So we cannot concentrate on anything for some 5 minutes itself. So that is the quality of Kali Yuga, because people are more towards this passion. So actually, spiritual matters will make us to become take shelter of sattva-guna at least. Because whenever we see, like it's very tapasya to sit here and hear classes. We don't want to sit. I think we don't sit anywhere like for 45 minutes in our own whole week. I think so. Even if during our meetings also we just go here and there. But generally it might feel as tapasya for us to sit in a class and hear. But actually, by hearing the instructions and by speaking the instructions, both the speaker and hearer are purified actually. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam also says. So whenever we hear, or whenever we sit and chant Krishna's names, whenever we sit and sometimes we feel that actually whenever we want to chant 16 rounds in a stretch, then we have an intense feeling like that I want to just get up and go somewhere and make a round sometimes. Because of the passionate nature also. But whenever we take a little tapasya for Lord Krishna, immediately Krishna will give us more mercy. Because even human life is meant for tapasya or austerity. That's what actually even Shabdev also tells. Tabo divyam putragayena sutena sattva. Like actually the human life is meant for austerity. But the austerity which we take in ISKCON, it's not very big austerity actually. Actually generally we see, because if we go to some other yoga classes or something like that, actually the austerity which they take is much more. Actually. But here in, if we see, generally in our ISKCON, we have austerity like chanting 16 rounds, it's austerity, but more than austerity, we have more of like taking prasadam or having kirtan. All these things are much more than austerity, we can see. So Srila Prabhupada has given us a relaxation. So recently I was hearing like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's disappearance day was there actually 2-3 days before. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was given, he told us to chant 64 rounds actually every day. But Srila Prabhupada out of his costless mercy has given us 16 rounds. So some devotee was asking whether we can make it 8 rounds also. So people want everything in a discount way. Actually, whenever we go to shop, we will ask, no, like if it is 100 rupees, we will ask for 50 rupees. So generally, but Bhakti at least, because Srila Prabhupada is telling that actually at least you should chant 16 rounds minimum. That's what actually even when we go for initiation ceremony. So never ever actually we will tell that actually we will promise that minimum 16 number of rounds. That's what we promise to even our spiritual master also. Because spiritual master also expects us to chant more, but it's not happening sometimes. Even 16 rounds itself is very difficult for us. So in such a way actually, like whenever we do something if we take some austerity, then automatically the taste will also come to us. So initially we will feel that it's like an austerity, like waking up in the morning or chanting 16 rounds or reading Srila Prabhupada books, everything becomes an austerity for us. But if we see that actually like, because all these things I am doing for, actually it's for my own happiness. If we understand that point, actually, then we will start doing it. Because actually if we see that actually like all these things which we are doing is for pleasing Krishna. By pleasing Krishna, automatically we are also getting pleased. That is the ultimate thing. So initially we won't feel like that actually. Like Srila Prabhupada always gives an example. Like one person who is affected with jaundice. So whenever he takes the sugar candy, he won't feel that like the sweetness. He will feel the bitterness only. But gradually when he takes the sugar candy, what will happen is that actually gradually he can feel the sweetness and the bitterness is getting reduced. So in the same way, when we perform bhakti consistently, that is the one thing which we always fail, because we do something for one time, then we won't be able to follow it for consistency. So consistently, if we are doing something, whenever we wake up in a particular time, we are chanting or we are reading, if we do it with the consistency, then gradually what will happen is that we taste that nectar of Krishna consciousness in our own lives. And one more way to have that taste is to share this with others also. Because whenever we feel like last week when His Grace Rādhasaṁ Prabhu came actually, so I just got a couple of minutes to talk with Prabhu. So we were talking with Prabhu actually. So always one of the things which disciples feel is that actually I just asked Prabhu like that we are meeting the spiritual master once in a year, and we are not able to speak to him also. So how we can have a connection with the spiritual master? So Prabhu told only one thing: we need to hear from him regularly. We went from Srila Prabhupada or any spiritual master, we need to hear regularly, and we have to continue it for a long time. Then only we will get the result. Then we need to make some points. Then after making some points, then we need to preach or we need to share with others. Then only all this knowledge will get realized. Otherwise, it will become only a volume of books, bundle of books only. We need to share it with others also. So this is one opportunity which we are getting actually in this month of Gita Jayanti also. We can share this message with others also. So this wonderful opportunity. If you see out of this 12 months, maybe 11 months, we are taking everything inside. Like we are getting all these discourses. We are attending kirtans, festivals and everything. So this 1 month we should dedicate to share whatever teachings which we have got with others. Otherwise, because we could also see that actually we also become a devotee because somebody has shared that knowledge with us. Actually we didn't become a devotee by birth or like that. So it's our own sole responsibility and duty for each and every one of us to share these teachings with others. And this month of Gita Jayanti, like the December month, is the most auspicious month for us to share this message with others. Because anyway, like the best way is to distribute Srila Prabhupada books in this month, as you know, because in this month everyone, like whoever it may be, like that actually everyone can distribute all these books. It doesn't matter like whether we know the language or not. At least we can ask them, we can just inform them this month is Gita Jayanti. So we are distributing this divine knowledge of Bhagavad-Gītā, the supreme science. So you can have a copy, we can just show the books and we can hand out these books in their hand so that they can have a connection with the book also. So in that way we all can try actually this month actually. So we'll get the direct mercy of even devotees will be pleased, Srila Prabhupada will be pleased, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be pleased, and Lord Krishna will be himself will be pleased. Because this month, like the month of Gita Jayanti, so all around the world actually devotees, they are trying to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. So we should also try to distribute books actually. So I request all of you to take part. We have only very less time, but at least if you can have a copy when you go from here, you can take some 1 or 2 books with you, and whenever you go to office or whenever you go to some shop or whenever you go to some function, you can just distribute these books actually. So like if we don't have these books, then we don't have that intention to distribute the books. So whenever you go, we have keep a copy with us actually. Like Samir Prabhu recently, he distributed some 2-3 books last week actually. So Prabhu gave to, I think, some income tax head actually, to him also Prabhu distributed actually. So he came on that day of, I think on Gita Jayanti day he came, and he took 3 books actually. And so he was telling that I will try to distribute, but some more that actually we can see we are not distributing. Whenever we show these books to others, actually Prabhupada himself will, Krishna will himself will work on others also. So we can just become instruments in their hands actually to share this knowledge to others. So we have books in English, Malayalam, Telugu, all languages we have actually here almost. So we can have a copy of books and you can try to distribute in our offices like that. So in this way actually we can get mercy of Lord Krishna more. Because Lord Krishna himself says in Bhagavad-Gītā, those who share this knowledge with others, he is very dear to me. So the best way to become dear to him is to share this knowledge with others. And what more is there, more best knowledge than Bhagavad-Gītā itself actually. So we can try actually, like it doesn't matter if they take or not, but we have the choice to give them. It depends on them whether they can have it or not actually, but it's our duty to just show these books to others and inspire them also. Because Srila Prabhupada himself tells that actually the best way to please him is to distribute his books actually. Because sometimes when we do some services, we don't know whether Prabhupada is pleased or devotees, Guru is pleased. But one thing actually always all devotees tells is that actually whenever we distribute these books, Prabhupada's mercy and his blessings are always there with us. So this is 100% confirmation from Srila Prabhupada. So why don't we take one step to distribute all these books with our dear and near ones, so that we don't know, like maybe we can tell about Krishna to others, or we can ask them to come to, we may invite them also to the Gita Center also, but sometimes they won't come. But at least if we give the book, then book will act actually sometimes. So that's why Srila Prabhupada once he told in a famous lecture, like he told that actually, whatever you preach, whatever you tell to others, maybe what effect will have your 1 or 2 minutes of your preaching, but whenever you distribute my books, it will act definitely, like that he told. So in that way actually Prabhupada has given many quotes on book distribution itself. So in that way, because that is the mission which Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj also given, and that is the whole idea of this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, to distribute the Sankirtana Yajna, what we call actually. Chant the holy names and preach the message of Lord Krishna and Chaitanya to others. So we are so fortunate that we are being here. So Krishna will be more happy when more people come actually. So how more people can come? When we ourselves can distribute these messages to others actually. So once we are enthusiastic, then automatically Krishna will help us to preach and to distribute more books. So even in one of the lectures, Srila Prabhupada tells actually, so there was an international book house where many books were there very nicely. They had a nice actually decoration of all these books, and all the different languages of all these books were there. But what happened was that one of the disciples told Srila Prabhupada, we can see very nice books are here. We have kept it in a nice decorative way, but books are not sold that much actually. So Prabhupada told, my books are sold by the enthusiasm of my disciples. So based on our enthusiasm, these books are going on. So whenever we are distributing this Bhagavad-Gītā, if we are not enthusiastic, then they may see that what feeling will I get after getting these books. If we ourselves are not feeling enthusiastic or happy, then the one who receives these books, he won't be enthusiastic to receive it actually. So whenever we meet, we just share these messages with them enthusiastically, so that they will also get this message to others. So this is the humble request also, because I just covered only a small part of this program, but this is the message which whenever we hear some lectures all around ISKCON, this is the one point which actually everyone will be discussing in this month of Gita Jayanti, and this is so relevant for all of us. So we can also try to distribute more books. In that way, we can also become a humble instrument in the hands of Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas in that way. So this is the one point I just want to share. And I'll just share some thing related to book distribution also, which so that we'll all get some enthusiasm. So one incident happened actually, like there is his holiness Prabhananda Saraswati Maharaj. So Maharaj actually he was 25 years Sankirtan leader actually in Vrindavan temple. So Maharaj, I met Maharaj one time and I heard his lecture also. So I just wanted to share whatever I just heard from him, because he always stresses on book distribution. So Maharaj told that actually one day they went for Sankirtan book distribution. Like we have a Sankirtan bus party with buses having all the facilities. They have books, they have kitchen, everything. So they will go to different villages and they will distribute and they will come back. So in that way, one time they went for a book distribution. And unfortunately, they forgot to take the papers of the bus actually. And what happened was that actually the RTO person, they stopped him on the way. And they stopped there actually. So after stop there actually, so they told them that actually we are devotees. So we are coming from ISKCON, we don't have any money, so we cannot do anything, please allow us to go. So they told him that actually you should stay here. You have to, we won't allow you to take your vehicle outside. You have to stay in the compound itself, like that he told them, and they kept the vehicle inside. So devotees, they are always enthusiastic. They won't want to waste any moment. So what they did was that actually they immediately went to they found out some hand pump. So it was an evening, so they took shower and they went, they had a kirtan and they started chanting. They had arati inside the bus. Then they started cooking prasadam and everything. They had a nice dinner. So all these things, these people are watching, these RPO people. So what they are doing actually, that whenever we have such a moment, then automatically we'll get depressed. But they were so enthusiastic, they were so happy. So after that, so they slept inside and they early morning they woke up Mangalarti and they had that hand pump. So they took bath and early morning they had Mangalarti, they chant japa and they made some prasadam also. And with prasadam they went inside the RTO office. And they immediately, once they entered the RTO office, immediately the RTO man was sitting. Suddenly that fan actually broke and fell in front of that table, in front of that person. So immediately he got some rethinking actually. So somebody was murmuring also. You have done something wrong to this Hare Krishna people. That's why all these things happened. So immediately that RTO person got some enlightenment. Then he told, the devotees invited actually. So he invited them, you come to our bus. So he told, okay, I will come. Then he sat along with them and he started eating prasadam and everything. Then after that actually he felt actually despondent actually, because I have done something wrong to you. I should not have done like this. Then he immediately took some 2,000 rupees from him and he gave to them actually. And told them, I am so sorry that I did something like that. I felt so bad to do all these things to you like that. Then he asked them actually, I haven't seen anybody like this actually. Generally whenever we stop some person, immediately they will get angry or they will get envious or something like that. But I feel that actually after I stopped you are feeling more happy, feeling so blissful. So what is the secret behind this happiness? So immediately one person gave Bhagavad-Gītā to him and he told, you read this Bhagavad-Gītā, you will get the happiness. Then that RTO person, then in future he became a devotee and he got initiated also like that. So like that many stories are there actually, like book distribution. You can hear like Sankirtan stories in YouTube also. So you can see that, so who sincerely tries to distribute these books, then what will happen is that actually they will become devotee one day. We don't know when it will happen. So it's an opportunity for all of us to join corporately and do this Sankirtan Yajna for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada himself actually. Because this book distribution is happening from 1966 itself actually, if you see. Because it happened during this Christmas. During Christmas actually in American countries and all, people are more generous actually. So at that time, devotees, they started distributing this Bhagavad-Gītas. So whatever we give, they will accept. So in that way, they started this book distribution and during this Christmas time and it is being now followed as the December book marathon like that actually. So all around the world, devotees are distributing these books. So we also can take a little step. We can try actually. There's nothing lost in this actually. Like in whatever we do in Krishna consciousness, has a permanent effect actually. So we can just ask to our neighbors or relatives or friends or colleagues. You can keep a copy with you and you can try to distribute, and definitely you can see some happiness which you haven't experienced before. You can see good distribution, and it will make us more humble also. Sometimes we feel that actually I know many things in Bhagavad-Gītā. So sometimes we go in front of some people, and whenever we distribute, sometimes they will chastise us, sometimes they will just test our tolerance also sometimes. So it is good for us so that we will become more humble sometimes whenever we distribute. So all these experiences we will get actually. So it's like we can add, this is a practical thing, book distribution, whatever we have practiced, so it will reflect also, because sometimes we need to tolerate also. So in that way we can try to distribute all these books, and whenever we distribute books, even if they are not taking, at least we should give a good smile and we can just invite them to temple, so that we will give them a good feeling that they don't feel that actually because I didn't take the books, these people are angry with me or they're feeling sad like that. So maybe it's not their time to take these books, or they're not fortunate to take these books. So always we should give a good demeanor to them actually when we distribute these books. So in that way we all can try actually in this month of Gita Jayanti. And this is what actually temple also request all the devotees, because it's not possible for us to, because the mission of even ISKCON is that Har Ghar Ek Gita, like that. They want in every house one Gita of Srila Prabhupada. So that is the mission of this year. In this year also they are trying to execute this mission, but it's not possible by one person. So if everyone of us try, then we can at least try to reach out Gita at least to some homes of in Trivandrum also. We can try. We can also courier also if we want. Actually, we can just inform them. From temple they can also courier to different places also. It's also possible. So even if we can distribute through books, through phone also, mobile, you can take some contacts, you can just inform them. This month is Gita Jayanti, and we are distributing these books. And the money which we are getting, we are using it for another nikdam, so we can tell. So because some people they don't want to buy books, but when we tell them that actually we are using this money for like distributing prasadam or food like that, then automatically sometimes people used to buy. So in that way, so even Srila Prabhupada tells that actually. So you should know how to sell these books actually. So that's what Srila Prabhupada tells actually. So it's not like that there is a particular way to distribute these books. So based on the audience which we are getting, we should try to distribute these books based on what are their interest is. And Krishna will definitely help us. Whenever we go for book distribution, we can pray to Krishna. And once we distribute also, we should not feel proud. So we should come back and offer the obeisances to Lord Krishna, because by His mercy and by Srila Prabhupada's mercy we are distributing. So in that way we can try this month actually. So we have these books here. So we request all devotees to take at least one copy of Bhagavad-Gītā and take with them and try for this weekend. And I think by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, we will be able to distribute this one book, and we will be able to come next week and we ask for one more book also. Thank you very much. Any questions or something? Okay, just ask.
What is the difference between Yogamaya and Mahamaya?
Yogamaya and Mahamaya.
Yogamaya and Mahamaya.
Mahamaya.
What's the difference?
Okay. So Lord's potency has two potencies actually. So one is taking care of the material energy, and one is taking care of spiritual energy. So Yogamaya takes care of the spiritual energy actually, and Mahamaya takes care of the material energy. So material world is governed by Mahamaya, and spiritual world is governed by Yogamaya. So Yogamaya, we can see that actually even in Krishna Leela. So sometimes like we can see Nanda and Yashoda, they see Krishna not as Supreme Personality of Godhead. They see Krishna as his own child. So that Yogamaya is acting in such a way that actually they will forget him as Lord Krishna. Actually, they will see him as a normal child, so that the sweetness of pastimes can be increased actually. If they see if they see his child as Lord Krishna, then they will worship him with awe and reverence. So in that way, what will happen is that these pastimes cannot be performed actually. So in order for the pastimes to become more sweet, and in order for the pastimes to continue, that's why that Yogamaya is acting in such a way that actually the devotees themselves, like even we can see that Nanda, Yashoda, even Vasudeva, Devaki, and all the Vrajavasis actually, Even though they are the pure devotees of Lord Krishna, they themselves have forgot that actually this small boy is Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead actually. So that's the action of Yoga Maya. And Mahamaya is the material energy. Like, so we wanted to come to this material world and we want to forget Lord Krishna. So this Mahamaya will facilitate us. If we want to forget Krishna, this Mahamaya will facilitate us to forget Lord Krishna. And the Maya also helps us actually. It's not that actually Maya is making us to forget Lord Krishna. Because we decide that we want to forget Krishna, that's why Maya will act in such a way that actually we will forget Krishna.
How to develop the yoga maya?
We don't want to develop any yoga maya actually. It's a potency of Lord Krishna. You can ask for it.
No, nothing.
It's clear. No? So better way is to engage in Krishna service. So we'll no need to think that I should not be in Maya, I should not be like that. Better be engaged in Lord Krishna service, then we'll be always fixed actually. We won't think about Maya actually.
Prabhu, this renunciation and working for Krishna, like say for earning money. If we are earning money, then we are running a risk of utilizing it for ourselves than for Krishna. When compared to one who is not, how we can take that risk, and like it's very tempting, no? Like, without having, I can at least say, but if I have it, then I may.
Thank you for the nice question. So all like material world means always there is a risk actually. So whatever material activities which we are doing, we should dovetail it in Krishna service actually. So here there is a confusion like that. If we earn more money, then it may entangle us. So better maybe I can give it up, and maybe I can do something else like that. I can become a full-time devotee like that actually. You are asking like that. Not earning much
Whatever
more.
that comes, then we don't run after money.
Okay. So generally what we understand is that actually according to our karma only we are getting whatever job which we are getting. So we can understand that actually it is Krishna's blessing on us to get such a job. But if that earning money is hindering our progress in Krishna consciousness, then we should check it actually. That is the checkpoint actually. If we are able to balance both things, we are able to do my spiritual things also nicely, at the same time I am able to earn also, then that is the best thing which we can do. And once we earn money, then it's natural that we will get an attachment to that money. It's my money, so I should use it for my thing. So that's why Shastras always tells us to utilize the money in such a way, like that actually. Rupa Goswami tells one thing, but I don't know how much it will be practical for our situation, like 50% we should give in service of Krishna, and 25% we should keep it for emergency purposes, and 25% for our relatives and everything like that. So maybe we have to, we can just calculate based on whatever the incomes which we are getting, and maybe we can keep a part of that money in this, for preaching mission, or we can assist in Krishna's mission like that. So gradually when we utilize the money in Krishna's service, then we can actually come over that fear actually, generally everyone has that fear sometimes is there. But best thing is to think that actually whatever, even the work which we are doing is for Krishna's pleasure. If we think that actually whatever I am doing is separate from Lord Krishna's devotional service, then only the risk is happening. So if we think that actually I am going to office, even my going to office is also in a way it's a devotional service, because when I go to office I will get money. Using that money I am cooking in my home and offering to Krishna, and in some way or other I am actually using that money for buying petrol, I am using the car to come to temple and everything. So in that way, if we are able to connect, then actually everything is a devotional service. So whenever we see something is material and something is spiritual separate, then the issue happens actually. That's what actually devotees tells. So whatever we do, if we see, we can see the hand of Krishna in that way, then we can think that we can think or we can utilize that in Krishna service. Then that is a spiritual thing also. So in that way, it's okay, bro. I don't know.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the great lecture. I have a question. Just some people don't get involved in bhakti due to some work task. So they cannot become full-time devotee.
Yeah.
So you told that whatever they earn, they should give to the Lord so that he can get mercy from the Lord. But how will they get purified himself just by donating? Because until unless he will not in bhakti, he will not get the association of the devotees. I think he cannot get purified.
Yes.
Because काम को तो बदमस्त तो
Yes.
रहेगा उसमें
Yes.
ना, तब तक वो devotees में नहीं रहेगा. तो कैसे purify होगा वो? वैसे को donate करता है.
Okay. So like what devotees tells is that like generally one who donates gradually he'll come to the association of devotees actually. Because if you see in ISKCON, so generally one person comes and donates. So whenever one person comes and donates, so some devotee will visit the temple. So he'll ask, how are you, how you are doing everything. Then we'll get his number. Then gradually we'll call him to the festivals or programs. Then we'll give him prasadam. So gradually, like everyone needs some care and love in this world actually. That's what missing in this world. So whenever he comes and donates in such a way, then gradually we'll invite him for the programs and everything. So whenever we do something to Lord Krishna himself will inspire him inside as Paramatma. He will guide him actually. So gradually, first step is making some donations. We are telling somebody is donating. Then gradually what will happen is that actually, so whenever he comes and donates something, then we'll contact him. Then we'll invite him for our program. Then whenever he comes, he hears some classes. He takes prasadam. He associates with devotees. So gradually that change will happen from that.
But he is not getting time.
Time to come.
Just he has the time only just to come one time, but he is not much time come to the program of temples.
Okay. So in that way, actually, at least we, whenever he is donating the money, he is getting purified. Actually, in such a way, he is doing good thing. But then we can just ask him to chant Hare Krishna like that. You can just request him in that way. So in that way, actually, gradually he had to, because just by donating money itself, we cannot become a devotee. Actually, we have, if we want to become a devotee, we have to have a association of devotees definitely. But it will become a stepping stone for him to come to devotee association. So we can just gradually invite him. So generally, we can give some prasadam. We can gradually invite. So how much actually we have compassion based on that. Actually, that person will take it actually. So if you really wants to invite or really want somebody to come to Krishna consciousness, if we pray to Lord Krishna and if we invite him from deep of our heart, then gradually one day he will definitely come home. So we should. So in that way we should be the deliverers of compassion to others also. Like that. If he is not able to come, then we can give some prasadam to him and we can invite him and we meet him in between and we can just remind him always like that program is happening. One day you can come like that. Okay, so we can end the class. Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.